Hello Buzzicles, welcome back to Space Age Factorio, where last time we set out and hooked up our uranium ore processing, and today we will finish what I originally planned for last time, namely getting the electric ore smelter going, and for that we need first a nuclear power plant. Looking at the map, we need water for that, so it's either up here or down here, I think. And having the field up here, I suggest we use the closeness to this body of water. To achieve that, we probably want to clean out a few more nests here in the back. We need to extend our hexagonal network this way. And then, of course, we need the things to build. So that's not an easy feat. I think the nuclear reactors we can build by hand. We will start with a quad-core setup, but we need about 50 heat changers, 100 steam turbines, and quite a few heat pipes. So let's extend this here a bit. So we can have production going on. Let's do it this way, and then maybe we can bring down the iron here as well. And with that we should be able to craft everything. But let me set this up quickly, and then we can turn the attention to the expanding of the network and cleaning out some alien nests. And here we have a setup that can produce the machines that we need in higher quantity. It's not optimal. I could probably have put a bit more thought in it, so we only have one assembly for pipes, but it does not really matter. So looking here, I think first we will clean up these 3 nests that we see on this side, and as you can see, I have switched to red ammunition because with just yellow and the nests getting a bit bigger, it's getting really hard to have a successful mission. I probably also want to clear out here on this side, because I'm thinking we want to have this iron field. Probably we will stick with this copper field, but have a proper setup there. And we will use that stone field here, at least part of it, because we will need stone and bricks further down the line. Not today, but hopefully next time. So let me clear out some things. I'm done with the chores, cleaned out all the alienness here in this vicinity. Here on that side, extended the rail network to have something to pick up the iron from here, and then basically have diagonal up here where we will build our nuclear power plant. And I already have set up the stations, the 2 for uranium, 1 for iron, so we can craft the fuel cells. And I think the first few to kick things off we will craft by hand. And I also have all the materials that we hopefully should need to build our reactor. And I think there is kind of a new approach to this, because previously you had to think about the heat pipes, the heat reduced based on the distance from the reactor, and I think that's changed, or at least changed a bit. And what we also might reconsider is that we do not necessarily need to have the turbines right at the back of the heat exchangers. We can have some pipes here. We can have some tanks. So let's try and be as symmetrical as possible. And then here we will have one more gap, because that basically allows us to run one pipe down here. Nice. That's 8. So let's just continue expanding this outwards until we have the 48 heat exchangers that we need. And then we can basically connect up the heat pipes and see how we manage our steam and the steam turbines. I think here we have a nice and compact setup with all the heat exchangers right here in the middle, only 3 in a row, so everything is really close to the reactor. Then on the outside we have quite a few storage tanks, and I think what we can do is we can build a ring of pipes around here. It's not completely symmetrical as we see here, but with this ring here we can then add the turbines here to this loop, and here on this side I have an example of how we get the water in. We combine 6 heat exchangers together, and that gives us 2 pumps per side, 8 in total, which is more than enough. And if we basically hook it up this way. This should be possible if we then add the substations here on the outside to collect the power. So let's do that, and then we can see how this actually works. And I probably should add, here on this side we of course only have one pipe going out, and it's probably a good idea to have the kink here where we have that pipe coming out. Everything is hooked up. We have water, we have the turbines, and here in my pocket I have material to craft a few fuel cells, so we can then insert them in here, and this is set up to only insert if, well, maybe we also want to override the stack filter, so we only always insert one if we have less than 200,000 steam in our tanks. Let's copy that and have 20 in each of those. Oh, and I noticed that one crafting gives us 10 fuel cells, so that should last us quite a while, and at least as long as we can automate this process, because now the inserting and outputting is still manual because we have not yet the requester chests, but we will get there eventually. And we see the pipes are heating up, and I think the rest of the material I can put in here. Yep, that's the one. Now let's finish that crafting, and after that we can turn our attention to this iron ore field. For that we need a few furnaces, we need a few miners to hook that up, have a railway station, pickup station. Probably we want to have furnaces for iron and steel, which means we need 2 pickup stations, but I think we have enough space there. There are a few things that we want to consider when building this setup out here. One, it should be kind of a template for future outposts or future mining posts. For iron we need steel and iron smelters, and I think for now I will go with 2 stacks for iron, 1 for steel. So that's 3 output ore that go into the smelter. And if we want to have 1 train for each delivery station, probably we will not have that many, but that clearly indicates we will not have that many ore fields slash smelting setups. So what we need here is a waiting bay, and that's what I'm planning out here. If we go here, then we can here we can then basically have this, and then we just copy this over. We will not need this front part. Here we probably need a bit tighter curve to go parallel to that track, which means we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waiting bays. Because the last one here that can also be one, if I can figure this out correctly. Yes. And then have that here, all the signals. And then from here we split off into 2 loading stations, 1 for steel, 1 for iron. And then we just need our mine here, and that we can do easily with this setup. We just say what setup we want to have, where we want to have the output, miners, belts, poles, and so on, and then we select the whole field and we get a blueprint for that. So we know where to place what. We also see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outputs. So we need to add a 6-to-3 balancer, which should not be that difficult. But let me build this first few things so we can then proceed with the actual smelter setup. We have the stations, we even have trains sitting on there, and we also have a field that is being mined. We have our 3 outputs, and going in this direction here, at the lower end we have the most horizontal space here. So I think first we will do the steel smelter, because that's basically 2 smelting setups after another, and then on top we can have the iron smelters. And I think one steel smelter for now is enough, and for the iron we might be able to expand, and we can always convert an iron smelter easily in a steel smelter by just adding one more smelting setup at the back. So let's have a spacer here for beacons, and I also have one more space here so we can have power going along there. Let's make that 2, then we have space for the substation, and we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then same thing on the other side. And then how do we do this? I think it needs to be 3 space in between, because we need an underground of the other color, which we have. To here. Does not really work out that well. Let's figure that out, where we want to have the first thing going. Oh, so it's 4. And then we can have this on the other side. Nice. And then in between we can have the power poles. Nice. And then here that's our input. So wherever we have a yellow underground or yellow belt, we insert into the furnace, and wherever we have red, we output. And then nicely here on the other side as well. And then basically what we then do is copy this over. That's our steel. And that's iron. And that's the second iron. So all that remains to do is place all the furnaces and then hook everything up. And then we should have ourselves a steel and iron smeltery going. All the belts are laid, all the inserters are set. So all that needs to be done is connect the ore to the smeltery, and then hopefully we see this whole thing going up. Not in flames, I would hope. Here we have the two smelteries. We split that, and here we have to contend with one output that we distribute to the other one. But it looks like it is working. We are getting steel here. We even get iron ore all the way down here. I was a bit worried that yellow belts might not be fast enough, but I think as long as we don't have any beacons in the mix, this works out quite well. And here we should see a full yellow belt if we get even the last furnaces smelting. Yes, that's looking nice. And of course here, if we consider steel, to produce one steel we need 5 iron plates, and while steel takes longer than iron, I don't think we really have a 1-to-1 ratio that we can get out. And if this is one full belt, then I would think this is a fifth of a belt. Yeah, as we can see, we managed to have all the furnaces going, and basically here we don't have any backlog. So that's really a good balance. And here, this train, I think, yeah, there we have it already set up. We already have a delivery station that we need for the sulfuric acid, which currently is not produced because we run out of iron, but with this train going, we should be on top of things soon enough, and that will then probably also kick in the uranium ore mining, because that has also stopped due to lack of that's not good. The wagons stayed behind, so let's wait for the locomotive to come back, and we will place another one here. Yeah, this one is connected, and there is the locomotive. We'll copy that locomotive. Should come in here. I don't have set any train limits. Yeah. And then we can add the fuel here and set it to automatic. At least this time it went off with all the wagons, even if it just makes one round trip. But that's all for today. We achieved quite a bit. As we can see here, power setup, we are good, but we can see that's where this outpost kicked in, and it's clear that we needed that additional setup, that additional power. Otherwise, it would be a catastrophe. Until next time, goodbye.